Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Pave the Way, Chris, and I'm back with another YouTube video. And today's video, will the Commanders ruin Jayden Daniels' future? And listen. Before people get upset, listen. The Commanders, in my opinion, they shocked me. Not even just shocked me, they shocked the world. Let's be honest. This team was a top 5 pick coming into last year, and they had an amazing season. You know, I was a hater throughout the season. I'm not going to lie. I'll be completely honest. I was a hater throughout the beginning of the season. I was saying, you know, they had an easy schedule. But let's be honest. The NFL gives you who you play. You win or lose the game, because they would have lost the games they were supposed to win. They would have been called trash anyway. And not just that. They went into the playoffs. They beat Tampa Bay. I get it. Oh, they didn't have Chris Godwin or whatever. They still beat Tampa Bay. They beat the Bucks. Then they went into the divisional round on the road again with a rookie quarterback. We got to put emphasis on it. A rookie quarterback, Jayden Daniels, on the road against a number 1 seed Lions team. And I get it. People are going to say the defense was hurt. I get it. But we're not going to just take away credit because the defense was hurt. They played outstanding that game. Outstanding that game offensively. The defense came to play. I get it. Now, I hate how these narratives get thrown out on teams and players. It's so biased because they lost the game. Oh, we expected them to lose the game. So it was just like, oh, it's just another Commanders fallout. But we do not give enough credit for Jayden Daniels going on the road and playing composed. Not just that, too. He played great in that game. The defense played great in that game. And then a rookie quarterback on the road for the 3rd time went to an NFL conference or NFC conference championship game and also had an amazing game versus the Eagles. Yeah, did they lose? It was due to external factors outside of Jayden Daniels' control. The one pick that he threw, Terry got bagged. And plus, besides that, it was just a prayer shot anyway. Outside of that one interception, the whole Commanders team let him down. I know people get on him for doing like the little dance when he scored the touchdown, but he played amazing in that game. And yeah, you got Austin Eckler fumbling the ball. Then you got whatever their second string receiver who had a good game versus the Lions, he's fumbling the ball. His whole team just let him down. And it's just like, you know, the question is, they just picked up Debo in the offseason. They're looking to draft, you know, more guys on the defensive end. You know, now the question poses, will the Commanders ruin Jayden Daniels' future? Because I'm going to be honest, I wasn't a believer at first. I'm hearing this guy's Lamar Jackson. I'm going to be honest. People aren't going to like this take. He might be a better passer than Lamar. He might be a better. I've seen him, you know, throw the ball in some windows. I haven't seen too many off passes. See, the thing with Lamar that people hype up is, like all these great games that he had. Lamar could throw some. I'm not saying he's a bad passer at all. I'm not saying that at all. But when he's inaccurate, he's inaccurate. Like it gets. It's bad. Like it's a pick type bad. Like yeah, it's inaccurate. Like, you know, like the overthrow. Like even in the Bills game, even with the interception, even if he just threw it in reach, maybe it could have been a deflection. Like he threw it over. Like it was a like yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he's worked on it over his career. Like last season, I'm not gonna fault him too much because most of his interceptions last season weren't even his fault. Besides like the Steelers game, but outside of that, like. He's been improving as a passer, but overall passer, I'm saying like, Jayden Daniels been playing solid. You know what I'm saying? It's a discussion. You know what I'm saying? I can't just say we could just throw it out the window. He had a great rookie season, probably one of the greatest rookie seasons from a quarterback all time, honestly. But now the question poses, like I said in the beginning of the video, will the Commanders ruin Jayden Daniels' future? This whole offseason, it's big for them. They picked up Debo, but you know, why aren't we looking to get another receiver? There's still a lot of big names in free agency. I don't have the list with me right now. I just seen the list. But a name that I keep hearing pop up, Keenan Allen. You know, Keenan Allen, let's look up how old he is. You know what I'm saying? Keenan Allen is 32 years old. 33 coming up the next season. So we got Keenan Allen. That would just be a good pickup for a run. This team just made the conference championship. You know what I'm saying? Their championship window is... It's pretty much now. In a fashion where this team was looking like, you know, oh, we're going to rebuild with this quarterback and this dude's going to be our franchise guy. I mean, they're really in championship mode. I mean, they could really make a championship run, and it's not out of reach because the Eagles just lost a lot of players. And I know Eagles fans are gonna be a little biased. Oh, they could be replaced, blah, blah, blah. You know, they did have a great offense, but Saquon did his part all the way up until the Super Bowl. And then, you know, obviously the talent around kind of helped out in those other aspects. But let's be honest, that Eagles defense stepped up pretty much the whole playoffs. I mean, let's keep it a buck. They played great throughout that whole playoff. So losing those pieces are going to be a key factor. I don't care what anyone's going to say, talking about they could be replaced easily. We're just going to have to see. We're going to have to agree to disagree. We're just going to have to see on the football field. You know, this is not a video arguing that. But the Commanders' future with Jayden Daniels, Cliff Kingsbury is back for another season. He's a great offensive coordinator. You know, he had his run on the Cardinals going like 12-0 or 11-0 to start that season. I feel like he's a great offensive coordinator for Jayden Daniels. I mean, with the play designs that they have for him, it's pretty great what he could do within this offense to win football games. That's the key idea, to win football games. But it's really this defense. This defense, man. I get Lattimore wasn't really healthy last year. Got to see him this year. We got to see him this year. He's going to play a big part in knowing, like, what this... Because they had the 17th-ranked defense. They had the 17th-ranked defense, and they made it to a conference championship. So if they could really just get into that top 10, not even the best. They don't even need the best. They just need to be able to get stops. I wouldn't even say consistently, just enough, because their offense in the playoffs was actually crazy. They're going... I like Dan Quinn. His aggressive play calling, going for it on fourth down like it's Madden, like, you know. But he's actually having good. It's not just a wasted fourth down play call. Him and Dan Campbell, I like that shit. I like that shit a lot. You got to be brave sometimes, you know. You don't want to live with regret, and that was kind of his mindset throughout the season, and it clearly paid off. It clearly paid off, and it got him wins against big teams, you know. And with that mindset going into next season, obviously teams are going to be more prepared for it, but. You know, it's going to be great for Jayden Daniels' future. I mean, it's giving the Commanders more opportunities on offense, and their offense is looking like a great offense now. You know, I really just think they need a third receiver, which, in my opinion, should be Keenan Allen, and they will have an elite 3 group of guys at the receiver position. Brian Robinson in the backfield. I feel like it will be good. It will be a great offense. It's just really the defense is what impacts his future. He has a chance because he's in the NFC. I mean, there's no real, like, threat besides the Eagles. Obviously, the team that wins the Super Bowl poses a threat, and plus their offense is very elite, so clearly they will pose a threat. But the Commanders could beat them. I mean, it's a division rivalry. We know what happens with division rivalries. It's not out of the Commanders' reach to beat them either. And I really just don't see any other big team coming out the NFC. Like, truly, I don't see any, like, big threat out the NFC. That maybe the Bucks, Chris Godwin comes back. The Bucks, you know, their offense, but the Bucks always had, like, their defense. It's just always been their defense over years, even with Brady. Besides that one Super Bowl game where the old line went crashing down, the Bucks defense has always been mediocre. So, like, yeah, no real threat in the NFC really besides the Eagles. I know the Lions are going to try to come back healthy this season, but we already know their head coaches are gone. Not their head coaches really, but their OC. I meant their offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. But it really just comes down, yeah. Will they ruin his future due to the defense? We're just gonna have to see. This is a big season coming up for the Commanders. I'm not gonna say it's a make or break, but this is their run. You know what I'm saying? This is their time period to make a run. You have your franchise quarterback. Hopefully he doesn't get injured. You can't predict injuries, so when you have a window to win, you want to do it as quick as possible before it easily just goes out the window. You see what I'm saying? I was going to say the Texans, for example, but they got C.J. Stroud, and they're kind of just back in playoff position. Not championship position, because they haven't been to that conference yet, but playoff position. The Commanders have actually been to a conference, and that's basically one step away from a Super Bowl. So, with that being said, you know, will the Commanders ruin Jayden Daniels' future? Hopefully not. It really just comes down to the defense. I think the offense is enough. I feel like one more added piece would be great for him. But in terms of what they have right now, I mean, it was good enough for them to make the conference. And in addition to Deebo Samuels, I can't wait to see what their offensive coordinator, Cliff Kingsbury, got to incorporate with Deebo now, because we know he can play running back in other positions too. So that's going to be very interesting to see. Hopefully he get back in shape. And I can't wait to see great things from Jayden Daniels next season. You know, he's a great quarterback. I definitely doubted him coming into the league, but He really did prove me wrong, and we're just gonna see what the Commanders. I think they could get it. I think they could get it. But it's your boy Pave the Way, Chris. It's the video, and I'm out.